Yes,
So
it
I
is.
welcome everyone on behalf of AMP to AMP Webtalk. Association of Muslim Professionals is a non-profit organization and is registered in India, United States of America, United Kingdom, and Australia. AMP has completed its 12 years in serving our community in the field of education, employment, and empowerment. AMP has a vision to positively impact lives of 10 million people by the year 2030. AMP's mission is to empower the underprivileged for the greater benefit of the society and nation as a whole. AMP's vision is to be a model community which is advanced in education, socially progressive, culturally vibrant, politically influential, and economically dynamic. So what AMP has achieved in these past 12 years is right in front of you all in the slide. You can just have a quick look at it so that you can understand our achievements, our projects, what we do, and what activities we conduct under these projects. So as you can see, we have school development programs. We call it SDPs. We also have a project on employment and assistance cell. We also do scholarships and self-employment. AMP has got its resource center, which has 600 plus career counselors who are working towards career building and guidance. AMP is also into awards and partnerships. These are our main flagship projects where we work towards benefiting our community and nation. Apart from that, AMP's presence is as such. On ground, AMP got more than 100 active chapters. We are present in 25 states and 16 countries with more than 6,000 active members and volunteers. So as you can see in AMP's online presence, we have 1,25,000 members and professionals who are connected to us through various social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Google Groups, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and Twitter. If you wish to join Association of Muslim Professionals, you can just log on to www.ampindia.org/joinamp, and we will be glad to have you on board with us. All right, so friends, thank you for your patience, and I'm sure that you all must have got a fair idea about AMP and its community work. Moving forward to the session, I welcome each one of you on behalf of AMP today. So talent and skills are the crops that are nurtured, groomed, and given all possible opportunities to grow and bloom. Graduation Day is the celebration of the harvest of this crop. This is a much awaited event in every student's or learner's life as it gives the returns to the efforts put in by the students throughout their academic endeavor. It is a day full of joy, a day about pride and accomplishment, a day of celebrations. It gives a sense of achievement and a sense of responsibility towards fulfilling further commitments. There are a lot more to come, goals, challenges, and opportunities. Anything is possible when you just believe in yourself. Truly, today signifies the culmination of hard work, efforts, and sincerity in the relentless pursuit of knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunity and take on challenges with clear vision and purpose. Welcome to the graduation session of AMP's Soft Skill Webinar Series Phase 2.
And dal.
So I request you all to please mute yourself. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us in our learning sessions. Before I start with introducing our panelists today, I would like to tell you we will be having a 30 minutes Q&A session at the start. And for that, if you have any kind of questions related to the topics that we have already covered in this soft skill webinar series, please feel free to use Q&A box that Zoom has provided and is underneath your Zoom window. Questions must be very specific to the topics we have covered so far. So LMS related queries will not be addressed today at all. In case you have any, you may write us at office@ampusa.org and we will be answering them there. Okay, so I'm Humaira Kabir, your host today as well. I'm working as operations manager at AMP USA. Along with me, we have Mr. Amir Idrasi Sahab, who's president and founder of AMP from Mumbai. Sir Amir has led AMP and its inception to its present status of being a vibrant pan-India organization of dynamic individuals, a software engineer by qualification, businessman by profession, and a social activist by passion. Amir Idrisi is a man with a mission, the mission to evolve the Indian Muslim community into an intellectually progressive, socially dynamic, and economically potent community of conscientious individuals who will significantly contribute to the development of the nation, inshallah. Over the years, Amir Saab has earned a reputation of being a Muslim youth icon. He is widely recognized as the most influential youth leader of the educated Indian Muslims. It is our pleasure to have him with us today. Assalamu alaikum, Amir Saab. We also have with us today Mr. Mohammad Shahshah Ansari Saab, who is the president of AMP USA. Shahshah Saab hails from a much respected family of freedom fighters and nationalist bureaucrats from district Ghazipur in Uttar Pradesh. Mohammad Shahshah Saab is a man with profound thoughts. Being one of the co-founders of AMP, he was highly instrumental in setting up and implementing various policies and framework within AMP as a general administration head. Apart from AMP, on the social front, he is also involved in a couple of other organizations working for the welfare of the downtrodden. So Mr. Shahshah Saab is a senior software engineer by profession with over 14 years of industry experience in India and many countries and abroad. Assalamu alaikum, Shahshah Bhai. And then we have Mr. M.A. Saeed Saab, who's the Director of Technology at Swift E-Learning Services. Mr. Saeed Saab is also serving as AMP Hyderabad Chapter Head. Assalamu alaikum, Saeed Saab. Let me now introduce you all to our expert speaker of this series, Mr. Shah Siddiqui Sahab, who's the CEO of Riyadh Academy Pvt Ltd. Mr. Shah Sahab is a career coach, training consultant, and management faculty based in Riyadh. Mr. Shah Sahab has more than 2 decades of experience in the area of management sciences. So to begin with, I'll request Amir Bhai to please talk about a few minutes before we proceed with the Q&A round.
जी, thank you Humaira, thank you very much. सबसे पहले तो मैं I would like to congratulate each one of you for completing this entire session of this soft skill training. Mashallah, it's a wonderful opportunity for all these people to attend or the highest level of professional webinars or the sessions on soft skills training in free, basically, mashallah. And for that, I would like to thank Shah Siddiqui Sahab. He has done a marvelous job, mashallah. Every day we are getting some feedback, some very nice comments, feedbacks and acknowledgement, testimonials from different kind of people who are attending this webinar. So Alhamdulillah, बहुत shukriya Siddiqui Sahab for taking out time and doing these kind of regular lecture series. Alhamdulillah, it was the second series of the second series, mashallah. So आपने बहुत सारा time निकाला. Special thanks to Saeed Bhai for managing and activating all these programs, mashallah. और ये सब कुछ मुमकिन हो पाया है is only because of our founder member Shahshah Ansari साहब and Humaira, जिन्होंने जो है बैक एंड में पूरा सपोर्ट किया पूरे इस सीरीज को ऑर्गेनाइज करने में. तो मैं ख़ास तौर पर इन दो हजरात का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ. देखिए, AMP जो है, हम लोग ये चाहते हैं कि इस तरह से सिद्दीकी साहब हैं, सईद भाई हैं, शहनशाह भाई हैं, इन तमाम तरह के लोगों को एक साथ इकट्ठा करके कलेक्टिवली ऑर्गेनाइज वे में कंसिस्टेंट बेसिस पे कुछ ना कुछ काम किया जाए और बहुत फोकस वे में वो काम किया जाए इन द फील्ड ऑफ एजुकेशन, एजुकेशनल एम्पावरमेंट, इकोनॉमिक एम्पावरमेंट की फील्ड में कहीं ना कहीं काम किया जाए. अभी हुमैरा वाज स्पीकिंग अबाउट AMP, माशाल्लाह. 12 ईयर्स जब से हमने शुरू किया था, जब हम लोग 1, 2, 3, 4 मेंबर्स थे, तब से लेके आज तक हम लोगों ने कभी भी जो है अपना फोकस चेंज नहीं किया. We started with education, employment and empowerment, mashallah, and we are still working on those 3 domains. वही 3 कैटेगरीज में, उसी 3 वर्किंग एरियाज में हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं. चाहे वो स्कूल्स के साथ काम करना हो, कॉलेजेस के साथ काम करना हो, ड्रॉप आउट स्टूडेंट्स पे काम करना हो, जॉब ओरिएंटेड कोर्सेज के लिए लोगों को ट्रेन करना हो, या कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स को एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी में ट्रेन करना हो, या जॉब फेयर, जॉब ड्राइव, जितने सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स हम कर रहे हैं वो सारे के सारे हम कोशिश करते हैं कि यूनिक हो, कंसिस्टेंटली चलाए जाएं, फोकस वे में चलाए जाएं, इम्पैक्ट इसका पड़ता हो। कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी करने की कोशिश नहीं करते जो सिर्फ एक्टिविटी बनाए नाम हो, या सिर्फ फॉर द सेक ऑफ डूइंग सम एक्टिविटी हम कोई दूसरी एक्टिविटी नहीं करते। वेबिनार्स और ऑनलाइन लेक्चर्स जो हैं यूजिंग दी हेल्प यूजिंग दी डिफरेंट टेक्नोलॉजी टूल्स, ये हम लोग माशाल्लाह पिछले कई सालों से कर रहे हैं इस तरीके के सेशंस एंड प्रोग्राम। लेकिन जब से लॉकडाउन हुआ है तब से इसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ गई है, बिकॉज अब लोगों को खुद भी लगता है कि दिस हैज बिकम an easy method or easy way to learn any kind of skills माशाल्लाह। और उस जैसे ये वेबिनार सीरीज हो रही है करियर गाइडेंस की, इसी तरह से हम लोगों ने सीरीज की। एवरी सैटरडे वी डू डिफरेंट वेब टॉक्स विद वेरी वेरी सीनियर प्रोफेशनल्स इन द इंडस्ट्री। उसके अलावा रेगुलर बेसिस पे बहुत सारी ट्रेनिंग्स कर रहे हैं। रिसेंटली वी हैव स्टार्टेड विद द ट्रेनिंग ऑफ पीपल ऑन स्पेशली रिलेटेड टू द सोशल मीडिया। उस पर भी अभी इटसेल्फ वी हैड अ ट्विटर बूट कैंप, तो बड़ी तादाद में लोग इन तमाम ट्रेनिंग्स को अटेंड कर रहे हैं माशाल्लाह। हमारा प्लान है कि जिस तरह से सिद्दीकी साहब ने जो है, और जिस तरह रीड एकेडमी है, एलएमएस और ये स्विफ्ट टेक्नोलॉजीज है, इस तरह इनको हम लोगों ने पार्टनर किया है विथ एम। उसी तरह से वी वुड लाइक टू हैव मोर पार्टनर्स, like to have more of our members to join this initiative of online training or workshop kind of thing। पाइथन के ऊपर हम लोग ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं, मुझे याद आते जा रहा है एक के बाद एक। तो ऐसे लगातार बहुत सारी चीजें कर रहे हैं और हम इसको कंटिन्यूसली करते रहेंगे। और हम जो है बहुत सारे लोगों को साथ में लेके करेंगे। हम लोगों के जहन में कहीं ना कहीं ऐसे चल रहा है कि कंप्लीट ई लर्निंग का है कहीं ना कहीं एक प्लेटफॉर्म बनाया जाए जिसमें बहुत सारे लोग, यानी हमारे ही ग्रुप्स में हमारे ही जो मेंबर्स, हमारी जो एफिलिएटेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस का नेटवर्क है, उसमें बहुत ऐसे लोग हैं दोज हु आर एक्सपर्ट ऑफ दीज थिंग्स। तो इन सबको एक जगह लाकर कहीं ना कहीं उन अलग अलग प्रोग्राम्स किए जाएं ताकि बहुत मैक्सिमम लोगों को उसमें मदद की जा सके। ये जो सारा हमने प्लान किया है, ये टॉपिक की बात हुई, जो सेशन आप लोग कर रहे हैं, इसका भी ऑब्जेक्टिव ये था कि जो वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल है, द काइंड ऑफ पीपल विच वी हैव एज आवर ओन मेंबर्स, उनके लिए क्या किया जा सकता है। एंड फॉर देम वी स्टार्टेड दिस ट्रेनिंग। तो ये कंटिन्यू करेंगे इंशाल्लाह। इसमें हम आप लोगों से जो है छोटी सी एक्सपेक्टेशन है हम सब लोगों की। नंबर तो ये है कि अगर आप जो ये कुछ हो रहा है, अगर आपको ठीक लगता है, अच्छा लगता है, तो सबसे पहली बात है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को उसकी इन्फॉर्मेशन देने की कोशिश करें, रीच आउट करने की कोशिश करें ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग इन पूरे इनिशिएटिव से बेनिफिट ले सकें। दैट इज नंबर वन। नंबर टू, हम ये भी एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि ओनली दीज वर्कशॉप्स विच इज लाइक फ्रॉम विच यू आर गेटिंग बेनिफिटेड, उसके अलावा भी जो एएमपी की दूसरी की कोई एक्टिविटीज हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि उसको भी लोगों में प्रमोट करने में आप मदद करें। इट्स सिंपल, इट्स वेरी सिंपल। आपको सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया पे लाइक, कमेंट और शेयर करना है। तो ये जो है दिस कैन बी वेरी इजीली डन, और वो आपके नेटवर्क में भी जो है कहीं ना कहीं आगे बढ़ेगा। उसके बाद जो है हम समझते हैं कि दूसरे लेवल ये है कि आप लोग जो मोस्टली दी मेंबर्स प्रोफाइल चेक कर रहे हैं, जो लोगों ने ये सेशन अटेंड किए, मोस्टली आर दी वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल। कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं स्टूडेंट्स हैं, मगर मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द अटेंडेंट्स ऑफ दिस सेशन आर दी वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल। So we expect each one of you to join the organization, to join at least one or initiatives. There are multiple initiatives. There are around 15 plus projects run by AMP across India, माशाल्लाह। Centrally ये मैं बात हूँ, state level पर कुछ different projects भी run होते हैं by our state teams, माशाल्लाह। So each one of you should join MP. We need more and more people like you, dedicated ones, educated ones, and those who can work consistently in the organized manner. We need people. तो ये आप लोगों को रिक्वेस्ट है कि ज्वाइन करें। दूसरी चीज कि इस सेशन के बारे में अपने पॉजिटिव कमेंट्स, फीडबैक्स और जो टेस्टिमोनियल्स हमारे साथ शेयर करें। हुमेरा विल बी कोऑर्डिनेटिंग विद ऑल ऑफ यू। You can give a small 1-minute video so that we can use that for our the promotion of the organization or of the program which we are doing, mashallah। उसके अलावा हम लोग जो है we have recently started a crowdfunding website to support people, especially in the domain of education and the self-employment, that is livelihood support. So that is indiazakat.com. So I like each one of you to go and visit that indiazakat.com and see how best you can help in that. Only donations are not the solutions. एक वर्ड ऑफ माउथ है, अप्रिसिएशन है, लोगों को उसके बारे में बताना है, ऐसे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको बताना है कि यू कैन टेक ऑफ दीज प्लेटफॉर्म्स। तो ये तमाम चीज़ें कहीं ना कहीं बहुत हेल्पफुल हो सकती हैं। तो इसी तरह से जो है ये नेटवर्क अब तक ग्रो होता रहा है, आगे भी ग्रो होता रहेगा। यही कुछ जो है मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करना चाह रहा था। आई विश ऑल ऑफ यू वेरी वेरी बेस्ट ऑफ लक वॉट एवर यू डू। अल्लाह करे कि आप सब लोग कामयाब हों, जो भी कर रहे हैं उसमें खूब खूब तरक्की करें, और हम लोग जो इस तरीके से जो ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं वो आप सब लोगों के लिए कामयाब हो, बेनिफिशियल हो। और इस तरह से अगर जब भी कोई एमपी की एक्टिविटीज आप देखें तो आप उसको ज्वाइन करें। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू। और आखिर में दोबारा से बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सिद्दीकी साहब का, सईद भाई का, शेख भाई का और हुमैरा का, कि जिन्होंने अपनी सारी एनर्जी दी ताकि ये प्रोग्राम्स रेगुलर चल सके। आप जानिए कि कहीं अगर हम पेड जॉब करते हैं वहाँ रेगुलर होना इज़ वेरी इजी, लेकिन वॉलंटरी काम में रेगुलरली ऑर्गेनाइज में जो है इस तरीके से काम करना इज़ वेरी चैलेंजिंग वर्क। अपना खुद का काम करते हुए सारे लोग ये सब भी कर रहे हैं। ये लोग स्पेशल मुबारकबाद के काबिल। मैं चाहता हूँ आप लोग पर्सनली इन सबको थैंक्स कहिएगा, मुबारकबाद दीजिएगा, और इनको हमेशा याद रखिएगा जिस तरह से इन्हें वक्त निकालकर आपकी करने की कोशिश की है, हम भी उसी तरह से जो है मदद करें। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू, जज़ाकल्लाह मेरा, यू ओवर टू यू।
Thank you. Jazakallah Amir Bhai for such valuable and kind words. And your words really mean a lot to us. Our community will always be grateful to you and to all the founding members for providing us with this platform called AMP, which indeed is a source of help and respite to many in need in these times. So now I will request Shensha Bhai to talk about few minutes too and enlighten us with his kind words as well before we start with our Q&A round. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. This is Shansha Ansari. Assalamu alaikum everyone, all the participants, and especially Shah Siddiqui Saab, Saeed Bhai, Amir Bhai, Humaira, and even our operation head from MP India, Shahzad Bhai, who was also coordinating in case nobody was available from MP USA side. So thank you everyone. It was a great series of multiple sessions. Today it is 11th session we conducted so far. And a special thank to Shah Saab, who took out a lot of time from his busy schedule and conducted this free series and free sessions on multiple important subjects, especially the soft skill. Soft skill area is one of the very critical area for any professional development, which is going to help immensely in our career. And I see there are like more than 1,300 participants who registered for these sessions, and many of them will be certified today as it is graduation day. They will receive their certifications. They will be able to download at the end of this session. So thank you, Said Bhai, for providing LMS system, which was instrumental in automating everything we are doing here, so that not only people will be attending the live session, but at the same time, once they complete all the session, they will be able to get their certification. So thank you so much for providing all this. Thank you, Amir Bhai, for taking up time and coming here to address the audience. It was inspiring to listen to you always. Yeah. So I would only say that there are like many people who attended these sessions on a regular basis. It would have been great if more people would have come, but that is fine. Today also, more than 100 people will be certified like last time. Last time also it was a great session. Many people were benefited from this series. So, and these series are for many weeks. So Alhamdulillah, this is 6 week. We are in 6 week where continuous sessions has been organized. And it was not an easy series to do, because one session, two session is fine, but conducting sessions at such a scale on a regular basis, it is I mean, it is of great effort. especially for the Shah, because I know how busy he is, but it is only the community service which can lead you to do such things. So thank you so much, Shah Saab. We really value your time, your effort, and your partnership. So thank you so much. We are sure that in future also we'll be able to conduct such sessions, inshallah. Said Bhai, special thanks to you. You have been instrumental in automating all this and having a full-fledged LMS system, which is even not easy to implement. And if it was not you, then it might be very, very expensive for us to implement LMS at AMP, but you made it easy. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. Humaira, thank you so much for coordinating all these series. I mean, you have been, again, instrumental in taking care of all these technology-related stuff. In spite, I was not available in many of these sessions, but you are able to conduct on a continuous basis, on a regular basis, and manage all these things. Thank you so much. And I also appreciate audience who has been like coming on a regular basis, attending these sessions and taking advantage of this soft skill series. I would suggest like this series, even in future, if you plan something, try to come attend it. And then inshallah, it will be even more fruitful, especially if you show this certificate to your organization, it is going to add value to your career. That is for sure. Even before this lockdown started, we started with a passion that this is going to surely help our community, because these sessions are most of the time it is going to be paid sessions, and they are very, very expensive. So if you look at the overall cost of this one, it is not less than $500 or more than $500. So MP, Read Academy and Swift Learning, all combined, we provided this for free to the community people, not only Muslims, but even the non-Muslims. So everybody was welcome on these sessions. They are going to get advantage of it. So I would suggest like take advantage of it, utilize the certificate, show to your company, saying that you have attended this series of soft skill sessions. And that will give you some advantage when it comes to your promotion, when it comes to anything, because this is purely not only professional, but also personally, it is going to help you in the career. So thank you so much, everyone. So that's all from my end. And I will give it to, again, Humaira, and Shah Saab will take over, address some of the questions which were like coming once in a while, and we are not able to address them because of the limitations on every session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shansha Bhai. Thank you so much for your guidance, support, and encouraging words. Despite traveling, you took out your time to come here for us. Thank you, Shansha Bhai, for always being there as a great support system for all of us. I would now request Saeed Bhai to talk about today's session for a few minutes, and then inshallah we will begin up with our Q&A round. Thank you.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and this is Saeed here, and I'm the Director of Technology at Swift E-Learning Services. It's been a great pleasure, to be part of this soft skills webinar series. So, alhamdulillah, the phase 1 was very successful, and then there was a huge demand for, phase 2 as well, because there were a lot of topics which we thought, which has to be covered. And when we approached Shah Saab was very kind enough to, to agree for conducting the phase 2 as well. I would be grateful to him forever, saying, because I know it's very difficult for people like Shah Saab to come on board and be part of 11 consecutive sessions. Okay, so that's not an easy job at all. I totally understand that, and I respect you, sir, for your commitment always. And everyone at AMP, again, a great support, and thank you each and every one of you for providing your continuous support. And I have a small presentation with few numbers that I would like to share, how the webinar series was carried out. I hope you guys can see my screen now. Yeah, so this was an initiative by AMP, Swift, and Read Academy, and the program was facilitated by AMP. Training facilitator was Read Academy, of course. Shah Saab, the CEO of the Read Academy, was our speaker, and then LMS platform was provided by Swift. There were 11 sessions, including today, and these were the topics that were covered. We started off with English communication and business writing, and then last week we had this train the trainer topic, and then the delivery mode was online through Zoom. Of course, AMP facilitated that. These are the numbers. So 1,303 users registered overall, out of which 852 participants attended, and 32 of them attended all the 10 sessions, meaning till the last week. So 32 of them attended all the 10 sessions, and as we all know that a learning management system was provided, out of which 333 people enrolled into the learning management system. And out of those 333, this is a bit disappointing personally for me, because 141 only took the assessment. This was a great opportunity for them to measure their skills, okay, based on the webinars that they have attended, but only 141 people actually took the assessment, and alhamdulillah 72 of them got 100% score. So this is a big number, I would say. Congratulations to everyone, and all these 141 people will get the assessment, will get the certificate. The reason why is that we thought initially, we will give up to 8, meaning at least, 80% of the marks. But then Shah Saab's request today was, because people have attended, maybe, we should be considerate enough in giving the certificates to everyone. So the criteria that we have set is 50% of the attendance, okay, and then, even if you have just attempted the assessment, the certificate will be issued to you, and the certificate will be enabled right after the Q&A session. So right now, don't try to log in into LMS and check for the certificate. After the Q&A session is over, we will provide you with the certificate. And this is the list of all the users, those 32 users who have attended all sessions. So congratulations to everyone. In fact, there are a lot of other users too, but I wanted to highlight these 32 people because they have attended all the sessions, consecutively without giving a miss to even a single session. Congratulations to everyone. So once you, check for your certificate, I'll show you after the Q&A session, how do you actually access the certificate from the LMS login, and you would be issued a certificate like this. Okay, so you can download the certificate. And one last request I have, that please share your certificates on social media. Take a screenshot of it and please share it on social media, and please tag a few handles that we will show in the chat box. Okay, there are 3 or 4 handles that we would give you, and please try to share the certificates on the social media platform. The reason is that we would like to highlight so that others also get inspiration and this word spreads around. So this is a kind request from our end. So once you download the certificate, please tag on Twitter and also on social media. So which handles to tag? Okay, we'll be sharing it in the chat box. Thank you so much, Humaira. Over to you now.
Thank you. Many thanks to you, Said Bhai, for providing us all the information and continuous support to us and all our participants throughout these sessions. It was a great learning experience with you through LMS. Thank you. I would now request Shah Saab to please proceed with the Q&A round. I will be taking Q&A one by one. So, Assalamu alaikum.
Hello,
Shah
everyone.
Saab. Yes.
Walaikum salam. Hello, everyone. I'm here.
So would you like to speak for a few minutes and then we can start with the Q&A?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't know if I can speak because I'm speechless now. Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm using my device today. All right, so as I said, I'm gonna try to speak out as I stand here, totally shaken by the spirit and by the efforts and by the words of gratitude. So I would like to start out once again thanking Ms. Humaira for your generous introduction as ever, and for your efforts throughout the series, staying with us and throughout, and then keeping your voice energetic with the same levels all the way through the end. So I want to thank you out first, and then thank all the panelists, starting Saeed Bhai for your LMS support, state-of-the-art work. And it was a blessing. It wouldn't have happened without your technical support. And then Shahinshah Bhai for all your efforts and your inspiration. And moving up to Mr. Amir Bhai for your robust speech and inspiration as well, and your years of efforts all throughout in bringing up to get to this position today. As ever, all the other panelists and the team, including Mr. Shahzad, and lastly, the participants, the attendees who have made this happen. I'm really impressed by the numbers that I just saw now and the numbers that have been rolling in. So never ever we ever had such a big number, such a high number of enrollment. So I want to thank you all, and would like to most importantly thank in general AMP for its vision and for the notion of this opportunity, opening it up for everyone. And the learning opportunity that we witnessed cannot be appreciated enough. And that is the core mission of any social organization, institution. And AMP stands by its vision and mission. There is no doubt about it. So this was a door for specialized education, something that's not unique. And it is my pleasure to be able to contribute from my side. And on behalf of Reed Academy, I thank you all, each one of you today, for making this happen, and for most importantly, giving us the opportunity to volunteer and to propagate the delivery of soft skills, or the soft that we promote. So I would like to say a few words congratulating the winners, each one of you, every one of you. Call it class of 2020, because I don't see many graduation ceremonies happening today. Or you can call yourself Team Soft Skills, as this is a unique program that we were able to deliver, and we were able to introduce, which you all took part. I would call it one of a kind, unprecedented, or the first time ever. So as you all know, we believe in sustainable development, epistemologies, and managing complexity. So you can call yourself Team Soft Skills, and I would like to say that with your graduation, your efforts will begin, your journey begins, and there is a lot to be done, and I'm sure the knowledge that you have had will motivate you, but your journey to learning and to doing and to be in action will begin. So I would like to congratulate once again each one of you for your achievement today, as well as your family members, your spouse, your kids, and everyone who was involved in making this webinar happen. And then before we get to the session, I would like to reiterate my wrap-up call for action, as you cannot rest now. This is when your journey begins. So you cannot rest your laurels. You cannot keep those medals coming into you, those certificates online, or those mementos that have been coming your way. So this is the beginning of your journey, because what you have seen, what you have done so far is take the information, take what we could impart, what we could infuse in you, but your own reflection, your own body of work is yet to come. And this is what we would like to see. I personally, I'm sure along with the team at AMP, would like to see where you would stand, where you would fall, because we all are relying on you. We're all relying on you for the futures of, for the future generation, as well as sustainable development in general. So, these are, not to mention, very extraordinary, difficult time, unprecedented times. The economy remains in the midst of uncertainty. We're going through a pandemic. We're lucky enough to see this as an opportunity, and also the crisis as a blessing. So in general, we are a generation that has witnessed this crisis that nobody else had in the last 100 or more years. So we have, along with our previous threats, the threat of climate control, environmental related, the global warming that cannot be negated, that cannot be ignored. But with everything that's going on, you have one thing, one thing with you, which is the skills that you have been, the skills that you have been taking, the skills that you have been looking at, and the skills that have been infused in you. And that's the definition of soft skills. So, we have our everyday life, in addition to which you all have been participating in this. So your struggle, your journey begins again. I'm sure most of you are still looking for a job, finding a job, trying to see what we can do in this not so booming economy, the financial difficulties that we're facing, the debts, the other challenges, the obligations, the family support, materialistic things that we need, the day-to-day life. So this is definitely um, a time of challenge for one and all, for everyone in every part of the world. But young people like you with a passion succeed. You all took out the time to avail this opportunity. And most importantly, you all will succeed in your goals, in your desires. And I'm sure that this will help you, will be a part of your journey as you move on. And this is more than your livelihood. This is more than your obligation. This is sometime a skill that you would use towards achieving your human goals. So there are a lot of people who haven't done this for money, as you can see. There are a lot of people who are not motivated money from what we have learned in our workshops. And then there are a lot of people who have always changed the course of history, who have changed things in life, who have brought about a change in the world, who did make a difference. And this was not for money, as you all know. This was something out of their own passion or their will. So this is what I'm expecting today, a sort of a pledge from you all. So if they could do it, so can you, class of 2020, class of sustainable sessions, and team soft skills. So you all stand out today. You may not be seeing this in the mirror that you're in front of and you have no excuse not to change the world, not to try out. Because I see you all as a role model, and everybody else sees you all as a role model. And you all know what distinguishes you today is your performance, your ability to learn these newer topics. And then you all stand out from the media core. This is because of your ability to gauge people, manage emotions, manage time. And you all know where this is coming from. This is coming from your topics. And these topics were never taught in your schools or colleges that you've learned. So these topics did exist, but you all had a very, very disciplined way of looking at these topics that you could bank on in the future. And most importantly, work on this. There's a list of references, a list of reading lists given out to you that you can work on. Most of the documents are available with free access. If not, you can always reach out to us. And I'll be happy to give you a list of a bunch of ebooks, because we have a very good collection of ebooks over at Read Academy. So this is what we would be expecting from you, and this is where your journey begins. And then you would take a look at your own respective areas, your goals, your vision, set up your own vision, and see your background, your expertise, where you have a grip, and then come up with your laurels. You cannot rest them. You would have to continue your journey. And then your body of works is what I am waiting for. Is your body of works is what needs to be seen, because it gets accumulated with age. It gets accumulated with time, with experience, and then the wisdom is what you require. It comes with age. So whatever you can contribute to the society, you would, as in whatever your qualifications are, credentials are. I'm not trying to sideline your other qualifications. Of course, you do have your brick and mortar based physical education from the physical institutions that you have gone to. So whatever you are in, if you have a business degree, you need to go start your own company, or even better, help out a nonprofit, create a nonprofit. If you have an interest in medicine, you know the value of medicine and pharmaceutical in today's phase, in today's day-to-day requirements. You can educate the masses on the drugs, on the pharmaceuticals that are misguiding, also combat the crisis we're facing. If you're a technocrat, I would say innovate or invent or help start up help develop a startup. Go help senior citizens. And if you're a humanist, which everyone is, be a social institution. Start out with your own self as a single unit of yourself. Be a social institution and try to help out one person, which is most important. At least one person, one-on-one, one family versus more family, in terms of food, in terms of time, in terms of education, or in terms of money. Because when you do this, you will see the scarcity of skills that they don't have, that they lack: the education, the infra, the financial resources, the background, the family, the social, everything that you have, they may not have it. So you'll feel a connection. When you go out to help people, they will make you feel successful. They will show you what they lack and what you have and what you can give. So you have to find somebody to be successful. You have to find a reason to be successful. So you have to be hopeful and raise their hopes. They say hope is a good thing, the best of things, and hope never dies. This is my favorite saying. It's actually from Shawshank Redemption. So hope is a good thing, and you would have to be hopeful and show them the hope. And this is where you will come into the picture. So you have to do something, act, implement, deliver, find somebody to be successful. You need to find a reason to be successful. So as a social institution, you can give whatever you want, whether you have it or not. If not anything, you can give out time. And you can start out with your family, with your close one, your friends, and go on into the masses. So I guess that's about it. I'm inclined to pause now before it gets further on, but that was my way of congratulating you. More important than your certificates, than your degrees and your knowledge is your willpower, your motivation, and then your management of time. And we have learned how we can manage time efficiently and improve 2 years of our working life by being efficient, 15 minutes here and 15 minutes there. So this all are to be incorporated in your daily life, the 15-minute, the power of 15, and then the emotions, how to be an empath, and then how to take care of your health and try to not, take stress nor give anyone the stress. So I can go on, but I'm inclined to stop now. So I would like to end my lesson today to you all by, continuing your journey towards learning. I'm ending it now, we're ending it, but your journey will continue. So be aware of epistemology that I have witnessed. And I have always never had a disregard for your goals, business goals, and the goals to attain sustainable development. And lastly, managing complexity on a day-to-day basis is what I'm expecting you all with the skills that you have. And lastly, Reed and the force will be with you. So I guess that's about it for now. I wish you all best of luck. And today is your graduation. I want to congratulate you again, and then get you going with the Q&A. And then for anything that you need to reach out for us, please feel free to do. We'll be happy to do it. It will be my pleasure. And then, as you all know, the real meaning of graduation is the party is over. So I'm done. Over to you, Humaira, or we can get going with the Q&A.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shah Saab. Thank you. Jazakallah. So very well said. Thank you. So I'll just start with the Q&A round. And the first question is being asked by Mohammad Hussain Sahab. As I am a fresher civil engineer, what skills are needed for my business? Please provide your point of view.
Well, as a business owner, I recall this question from the past. As a business owner, you have to move away from your specialist role as a civil engineer, as a structural, as a designer, as a material person, to the regular organizational and management duties. So you have to work on that. To get a head start, you would have to do some reading if you don't have a business degree. But then while you can work at your own business and establish and prosper, I would advise you to get a business degree, so that will give you a grip on everything. But then once again, even after you get your degree, the journey continues where you have to study about how the world works, okay, which is macroeconomics, and how your city, your institution, or your company works, okay, and then what the in and out side relating to cash flows, accounting principles where engineers have no knowledge about. And then it goes on towards behavioral sciences, how you would manage. Some of the topics that we touch, like motivating employees, leadership skills, is what you need. So in general, you would have to stay away from your specialist role to a managerial role, which means to stay away from your engineering and try to manage other things. Next, please.
Yes. So the next question is from Mr. Altaf Ansari. How can we continue our practice on American accent? Oh, I see that Shah Saab has some difficulty. I think some technical difficulty has logged out. So we will just wait for
no problem, Humaira. We'll wait for a moment. Maybe some issue.
Okay. So till then, I think,
Yeah, meanwhile, I see that there are a few queries that are coming in on the LMS side.
okay.
That's my bad because when I was showing the presentation, the people who attended all the sessions, I missed out few names because the image that I cropped from the Excel. Okay, so that I think 4 names were missed out. Okay, so when I present the LMS again for the certificate, I'll show all the 32 names again. Okay, so I'm getting few queries saying that they have attended all sessions, but they are not able to see, those their names in that list, whatever we displayed. Okay, and yeah, certain users that they are saying that they have attended all sessions, but I see that they might have used a different email ID is what I'm thinking. Okay, and I'll definitely check one more time anyways. I think Shasab is back.
So I see that Shah Sahab has logged in again. We'll just ask him to
Yeah, I'm
unmute and
sorry. I
continue.
don't know what happened. Was that me
Not an
kicked
issue,
out
Shah
of the?
Sahab. It happens. So
Okay,
we'll
all right. I'm
just
back.
continue. Yeah. So we'll continue with the Q&A. And
Sure.
so I'll just read out the question now. This question is being asked by Imran Alam Saab. Is training required to all at all the levels in an organization, and CEO of an organization is required to take any training? Please tell me, sir.
Yeah, if you're in CEO, you need to have not a trainer but a coach. Okay. Usually, the executive management always, relies on a person or a team, coaches when it comes to understanding new concepts. Because the topmost administrative positions are of a managerial position; they are not technical positions. So you need to be briefed like any other chief. So the commander in chief is usually briefed about what is going on in the areas of health, what is going on in the areas of business, what is going on in the areas of politics. So everyone needs to be coached, and depending on where you are, your organization, you would be briefed on anything that is going on. You're not expected to be knowing everything, but you would definitely be briefed on anything that's going on. For example, the president of the United States was briefed by the CIA on certain issues, and the other areas by other people. So you would need to find a good coach. It's usually known as a life coach or a business coach. Next, please.
Yeah. So the next question will be from Mr. Altaf Ansari. How can we continue our practice on American accent?
Well, I think you should check back on the recording and try to watch, listen videos. There's plenty of them available. I am also working on starting a special movement, calling it an English movement, where we might be able to collect some very specialized tips and then provide you. So reading is one aspect of improvising your English, and then listening is other. And lastly, you would have to enact, you would have to try, you would have to speak out. So you can start anywhere from any videos, clips to Hollywood movies. There are certain movies that are very strong on communication, very strong on the script that you can. But almost every Hollywood movie is strong on the script. From that perspective, it would always be a learning experience. Next, please.
Yes. So the next question is from Dr. Jan Mudassir Gul. Mention some workable techniques to influence the team members for effective and fruitful results at the workplace.
Well, empathy is one area that you have to be strong with. You need to you need to be able to hone your social skills and your emotional skills. So when you understand emotions, you would be able to manage your own emotions in regard to the other people. So this is where you need to be social, you need to be friendly, you need to be taking out, talking them about other areas, other places, and you need to be going outside your comfort zone of your office, social area. So that's what it needs. You have to be a very, very sensitive person to the social needs. Next, please.
Yeah. So the next question is, which one is more important to you and why? To be a good listener or a good communicator? Difference between hard skills or soft skills?
Well, to be a good communicator, you have to be a good listener. And the hard skills will get you in. The technical skills would get you in. And the soft skills will keep you there and will progress you up all the way to the top. So this is how you do. You start out with your hard skills, and continue with your soft skills. And there will be a time when your soft skills would be in play and no hard skills would be in play. All managers rise to the level of incompetence according to the Peters principles. So don't worry knowing your technical stuff. Keep forgetting it. As you move up, it's okay to forget your technical stuff, but keep in touch and improve on your social skills. And that's the purpose of the soft skills session that we had. Next, please.
Yes. So the next question is from Mr. Imran Alam sir. He's asking if leadership for a nation or an organization are different. Please clarify. I think he wants to write, is leadership for a nation or an organization are two different things? Please clarify.
They sound like two different things, but in reality, they're not. If you can manage your organization, if you can manage a one-man team and your organization all the way up to a unit, a department, then you can manage a nation. So it's the same leadership skills that are required at every level. But what you see as you move up towards being the leader of the nation is just communication skills. You have to be able to communicate just like one-on-one to the entire nation. So you have to start building on your communication skills as you move up. Next, please.
Yeah. So the next question is from Mr. Atif. How to have a better emotional quotient? If someone has high IQ but low EQ, will it be a hindrance to his journey or a success journey?
No, high IQ is a blessing. It comes. Okay, it's a gift of the Almighty. But EQ is something that you can work on and build and have it infused. So the good news is you already have an IQ. EQ may take a year or two because these are nothing but a bunch of social graces like friendliness, the way you smile, the way your body reacts, and then communication, social graces. So that's very easy for you to shake hand in a firm manner, walk in a gracious manner, and then speak in a friendly manner and be soft. These are all things that you can learn. So you just have to work on it. And having an IQ would definitely help because EQ is easy and IQ is hard. With IQ, you can very easily adapt to these skills by reading and having the right type of training infused in you. Next, please.
Yes, the next question is from Malika Sayyed. Many people have prejudgments related to a person wearing hijab. So in that case, how to handle the situation? I mean, how to communicate confidently and convey the message correctly to others?
Well, you just have to be, first of all, confident. And if there is a need to communicate, you just have to say that this is an option that you have chosen. But in reality, depending on the part of the world you are in, it varies. So sometimes it may not be unsafe. So you have to use your, common sense. And sometimes you can switch to a place where it's totally acceptable. So it's up to you, but this is an option that you chose and that the people know that this is by choice and this is not by force or, anything like that. And this is for your own, this is for your own self. Next, please.
Yes, the next question is from Mr. Bilal Ahmed. Sir, kindly guide me how I can manage stress among my team members.
Well, you have to check back all the exercises and then the topic we did in stress management. So you have to know basic things you have to know is how to take care of your health and how to not burn out your team, give them the time that they need. And then usually in a situation where stress is on the rise in an organization setting, it's usually the distribution of work, which is uneven. So when somebody is coming to the work and working a regular 9-to-5 job, 8 hours, and they are prompt, they're diligent, they come on time, and they finish their work by 3 o'clock, 2 hours before. So the common notion is that this guy is done, and then I should give him some extra work, which is the wrong approach. So when a person is done before his time, then you're supposed to reward him. Rather, you would punish him by giving him some extra work. So by punishing him, what you're actually doing is rewarding the other people who prolong their work. So eventually, what the employee does is he will slow down and do his work that he was finishing by 3 o'clock by 5. So you have to, first of all, know the distribution of workload has to be even. And secondly, do not overload anybody which is worth more than they can do. So if this is an 8-hour shift, try to give them work which is about 7 hours. So you have to know that this works out to be more productive in the long run. And anytime giving extra is not even legal. Okay, you have to pay them. Anytime they go beyond 8 hours, you have to pay them. So this is where usually one scenario where I can rely on, in addition to many other, that stress is on the horizon. And it's usually the social area, the spaces that you need to allocate for them, to take a breath and to be able to manage their work and their business and family life, in a balance. So this is usually the case. I have seen people in many parts of the world who come early and sometimes work at 8 o'clock in the night. They're doing it on their own will. They are not being forced. But if you do that, you are being productive, but there is also a stressor. So there is no way you should work beyond. My way of looking at it is, as soon as it's 5 o'clock or whatever time you're supposed to leave, you should just get up and let your chair be left behind and walk out, regardless of whatever the deadline you have, whatever situation you're going through. And then sometimes people work 6.5 days a week, which is also very bad for the family. So the stress could take any form, in the form that you would not predict, as your own health taking the toll, your family or your children, and anything else. So stick to the rules, okay, and never exceed your hours. And then as a manager, you have to take the responsibility of the person leaves. You have to throw him out, literally, if it's 5 o'clock or later. And anybody working beyond 5 or whatever the time prescribed is will be detrimental to your productivity, to your efficiency, and your investment. Next, please.
Yes. So I'll just, club two questions in one, because somehow I feel that they are interrelated. So the both questions, I'll just make it one. It is asked by Ms. Fahmida Tabassum and Rumaisa Ismail. How to overcome with inferiority complex, and how to keep ourselves motivated and be very confident.
Well, these are two things. The opposite of inferiority complex is being confident. So you should think that you are a human being, and then there is nobody who is inferior to you. So the inferiority complex is in many cases relating to the lack of social and emotional area. So you have to work on that, and then get it out of your mind that you're inferior to anybody else. Okay. So either you win or you learn. This is how it is. So if you're not able to perform and you make a mistake, then you learn from the mistake. So there's no such thing as being a loser. So you either win or you learn. There's no such thing as you lose. So this is what you have to get it out of your mind. And if it happens at the workplace that you didn't perform well, and if it gets to the point that they point out that you have done it wrong, then you just have to say that I have learned my way through this, and I have learned it in such a way that I will never forget it, which is the case. When you make a mistake and you learn from your mistake, you never forget that. All right. So there is no such thing as inferior. You just have to think that you are learning, and then that is how you would evolve through the process of learning. So just have in your mind that you have to learn a lot of things. That's all it is. There is no such thing as being inferior. You are confident, you're doing it. If you don't do it, you're learning how to do it. Okay. These are the two things that you should have in your mind on your spectrum, from this side to the other side, and get out of the mindset where you think you're inferior. If somebody is telling you that, then you just have to stay away from them. Next, please.
Yeah. So the next question will be from Altaf Ansari. Can you give inputs on time management? How can I improve on that?
Well, I'm only going to give you one tip to eat that frog. So check out the topic on eat that frog. So you have to come to work in the morning and not take time to do your toughest job without thinking about it, and you should be able to do it. So this way you avoid procrastination. So, and procrastination is the stepping stone to your management of time. So check out the topic, eat that frog. Next, please.
Right. Yeah, so this will be the last question of this session today. It is from Yakub Solkar. How to handle competing colleagues at workplace? Office politics is also a soft skills, how to handle it, and how to bridge gap between theory and practical situations.
Well, everything that we have learned in our session will help you handle office politics. In fact, you should not even call it politics. It's the mechanics. This is how an organization works. You have to work with one and all. If you are at the lowest level, you have your own vantage point. And if you are at the topmost level, you have your own challenges. And if you are somewhere in between, you just have to work it out, with due respect to your subordinates as well as your superiors. So every topic that we did will help you with the office mechanics. This is basically the purpose of soft skills for you all to survive in your workplace, is to stay there and not be disappointed or not be losing on anything, and to prosper. Okay, so every topic that we did, if you have attended, if not, you would look at the recording again. And remember, each recording will have a list of at least 10 books. So you have to read at least uh, you know 2 books on each topic. So this is when you will get a grip on it. So it's all about reading.
Thank you. Thank you, Shah
Sure.
Saab. I'll just, I'm truly bound to take this feedback from Sheikh Shah Saab. So I truly appreciate on behalf of AMP for him joining in these sessions. He says, I really was benefited by the series, though I didn't participate in LMS because some internet problem in my place in Kashmir. However, I waited for the sessions always. I am 65 years old, but my spirit is truly high. I will miss you. Be blessed. Thank you again. Thank you,
Sure.
Sheikh Shah Saab, for this message. Yeah, so
Thank
we
you.
are done.
I'm actually moved by his message, so I wish you all the best and hope things get back to normal in Kashmir and in your town, and wish you all the
Ameen.
best.
Inshallah. Ameen. Thank you, Shasa, for answering all the questions today yet again. And of course, for all the wonderful lectures of this series. Your sessions were so full of knowledge and very well explained. I would like to express our gratitude on behalf of AMP for being such an excellent speaker and a coach for our audience. Thank you for all the information-packed sessions of the Soft Skills webinar series. It is our pleasure to be able to learn from you and communicate with an extremely expert trainer and a career coach like you in these sessions. It is so gratifying to be connected to you all through these sessions. It is never enough to express our sincere thanks and to all the attendees, to Shah Saab, Said Bhai, Amir Bhai, and Shansha Bhai. We highly appreciate you all for taking out your precious time from your busy schedules for these sessions. Well, my advice to all the attendees would be never stop learning, for when we stop learning, we stop growing, as education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world and your lives. So if in case Amir Bhai wants to speak for the closing and you want to conclude, Shaza, for the last time, then we'll close the session. Yeah, so Amir Bhai.
Amir bhai, we cannot hear you.
I have already. I'm done with my talk. So congratulations to everyone once again, and that's it.
Thank you, Amir Bhai. Shansha Bhai, would you like
Yeah,
to?
I would suggest Saeed bhai to take a moment and say how participants can download their certificate. A little bit guidance will help, because this will be the last thing to do for all the audience who has completed the session successfully.
Yeah,
Saeed bhai.
sure. Yeah, sure, Shansha. That's what, I think because of all the hard work they have done, they deserve, this certificate. And before I, show the way you can download the certificate, one request is when you tag, I have pasted, their text in the chat box. Again, please follow the handle Amer Idrisi and AMP India and AMP USA Twitter handles. Okay, we would like to spread this word as much as possible. And and then for those who are facing difficulties in getting the certificate, or if they feel that they have attended the sessions but for some reason they are not able to download the certificate, please send an email. We will address the queries even to now or tomorrow. Whenever we get the queries, we will definitely respond to each and every query of yours. Okay, yeah. So I'll quickly share the screen now. But before I move on, so these are the 32 people who have actually, attended all the sessions. But apart from this, 141 people are going to get the certificate. But this list is only for people who have attended all the sessions. Yeah, now coming to the LMS, this is the dashboard. When you log in, you already have your username and passwords, but I am, using one user who has, in fact, attended all the 10 sessions, and also he has, they have completed all the courses and also scored 100% in all the assessments. So exceptionally well done. Okay, a lot of people are there, but I just took one example here for you to show. When you log in into the dashboard, so you will see an option certificates toward the right side, certificates. Okay, so you click on the certificate. When you click on the certificate, then you see this certificate page coming in. So every course, how many sessions you have attended, okay, and this would be your marks. So this would be like 250 on 250. So there were 25 questions, each question 10 marks, and then you have scored 250. So this is like on how much you have scored and what is the percentage of marks you have got. And yes, though we have kept it 80%, but at the end we have relaxed the criteria. So if you attempted the assessment once, you will be able to download the certificate, and just click on the download certificate. When you click on the download certificate, okay, so the certificate downloads and you would be getting this certificate at the end. And then take a screenshot of this and please tag the AMP team on the social media as well. So, and yeah, this is it. And thank you everyone, each and every one of you. I would fail in my duty if I don't thank my team as well at Swift, who has supported me in addressing all the challenges that we faced during this LMS queries. I know that a lot of users had a lot of queries on how to access the assessments and how do they go about, okay, can they access the assessments or not properly, when is the last date. So we were getting a lot of emails, and then my team duly supported me a lot. Thanks to my team as well. Yeah, so this is it. And if there are any questions related to your your LMS related questions, please feel free to send an email and then we will be addressing them. This is it, and thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you, Said Saab. So I will also request everyone to please send your feedback on info@ampindia.org for these sessions, and your short video testimonials will be highly appreciated. So we will be waiting for that. Also, we will be emailing the links of all these sessions in 2-3 days, inshallah. I truly wish attending these sessions would have benefited you all in your professional lives. All the best for your future endeavors. If you wish to be a part of AMP and its community work, you can simply log on to www.ampindia.org/joinamp. In case you have any queries, feel free to write to us at office@ampusa.org. So, all right, friends, thank you for joining us in these sessions. I congratulate each one of you for joining us and for graduating today. I'm Humaira, your host, signing off now. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Take care. Goodbye for now.